Hi, my name is Angela Collier. I am a personal trainer, a group fitness instructor, and a nutritionist. And today I'm going to show you some shoulder mobility exercises. If you've noticed that your shoulders are really tight or you're having some discomfort around the shoulder area, these exercises may help. So, how do you know if you have some tightness around the shoulder and if this is an area that could be improved? We're going to start with a shoulder stretch test. So, what you're going to do is you're going to reach your one arm up, place it in the center of your back, and then you're going to take your opposite arm, bend the elbow, and then take it around. Now, the goal, I'm going to turn around, is to see if your fingertips can touch. And if you can hold this position for about 10 seconds without too much discomfort or pain. So if those fingertips are touching, then you have pretty good shoulder mobility. So let's try the other side because one side might be different than the other. So reach your arm up, place it in the center of your back, and then your opposite, you're going to bend that elbow, take it around, and you'll see that for me on the opposite side, I can't quite get those fingertips to touch. So I have a little bit of work. So here's some exercises to help you with strengthening your shoulders, opening up the shoulders, and improving your mobility. So we're going to start with an exercise called the robot. Or I call it the robot. So you're going to take your arm into a goal post, or like you're saying hello. So the right arm is up, and then your other elbow is going to bend and your fingertips are going to point down. It's really important that you don't hunch those shoulders. Press the shoulders and the shoulder blades down. So I'm going to try to look at my hand that's down, and then I'm going to alternate. So I'm just switching sides. And this is going to help with opening up the shoulders. So it's just a nice way to warm them up. And you want to do about 10 repetitions, or if you like to do a timer, you can do like 30 seconds. And one thing to keep mindful of, so abs are in gently, and you want to not bend the elbow to press the shoulder back, but just keep that palm straight. And remember, we're strengthening our weaknesses. So this might and will probably feel a little bit uncomfortable. So be patient with yourself. So that's the first exercise. The second exercise is called the chest lift. So this is to strengthen the back of the shoulders. So you're going to take your arms across the chest, and your feet are about hip distance apart. And then you're going to bend the knees and just hinge, like you're looking over the edge of I guess the edge of a hedge or a building. Now from here, you're going to lift the chest. So you're going to feel this a little bit in the mid-back area. So you're lifting the chest and then lowering. So really small movement. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower, keeping your abdominals tight. And try not to lift by pulling with your neck, but think about lifting the chest, lift, 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 little pause, and then a lower. Really small movements. And just take your time. You're not in no jerky movements, and then rest. So about 10 reps to 15 reps there. The next exercise is called a Y raise. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do a Y raise. I'll show you a standing option. So you're going to get your thumbs up. Hands are going to be outside of your hips. And you're going to lift those arms up, making a letter Y, gently pressing back into the back of the shoulders, and then lowering down. Again, really trying hard not to arch or to hunch the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Good. And try to keep those arms straight. Good job. Now, you can also do this on the floor. The mobility or the range of motion will be less, so you won't be able to get those arms up, but it's another way that you can do the movement. So you're going to come down to the mat, extend your arms out. You're looking, your nose is just pointing down to the mat. From here, you do want to squeeze the glutes and pull the belly button in. And the same thing, you're The next exercise are called shoulder rotations. A lot of people are familiar with this. It's used a lot if you have any kind of shoulder rehab. So you're going to bring the palms down, keep the elbows lifted, and again, do not hush those shoulders, keep the shoulders relaxed, and then you're going to press those hands back, externally rotating the shoulders. So again, pressing and release. So every time you're trying to gently press and increase the mobility of the shoulders. So this is strengthening the back of the shoulders, the rotator cuff. You're going to feel this a lot as you stretch in the front of the shoulders. You probably feel it there. And as you press back, you're going to feel it in the back of the shoulders and in between the shoulder blades. Again, 10 to about 15 reps or about 30 seconds. So we have two more exercises. The next one is called wall slides or floor slides. I want to show you how to do this standing first. So you're going to take your arms up, gently press your elbows back. If you were against the wall, you would rest your upper back against the wall. And then you'll slide your arms straight up. Inhale and then exhale. Pull those elbows down, trying to keep your elbows against the wall the whole time. Again, so remember, try not to be frustrated because the exercise is difficult. We are training our weaknesses. So it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. At any point you feel pain, you want to stop the movement and probably call a doctor and get some more information about what's going on. All right, and then the other way you can do this is on the mat. So we're going to come down to the mat. Lower down slowly. Okay, if you want, you can keep your knees bent. Just make sure your lower back is down or your legs can be straight. So whatever you prefer here. And then the same position here. So you're pressing those elbows back. Keep the lower back pressed down into the mat. Make sure you're not arching the back. Gently engage the abdominals by pulling the belly button to the side. And then you're going to reach those arms up over the head. And then elbows are going to slide down. Again, try to keep the elbows down on the mat. And it might feel, again, really tight in those shoulders. And again, we're training those weaknesses. And you're going to feel this in the upper back area as well as you're bringing your elbows down. All right. So to get up, you're going to turn to your side. Use that upper arm to help you slowly come all the way up. And then we have one more exercise. So if you have a resistance band, you can go ahead and grab that. And you don't need a tight resistance band. Make sure it's a pretty light one. And make sure there's no tears in the resistance band. So a lot of times we don't double check and see any kind of tear in the resistance band, but just kind of give it a quick look, because what we don't want to happen is that to pop you in the face, and that's pretty uncomfortable. So I get a little bit of resistance in that band, not very much, and I do that by wrapping the resistance band around my hands. And this gives me a good anchor. Some people just grab deeper into the band and then grab the handles. So whatever works for you. So hands are going to start on the outside of those hips. Roll those shoulders back and down. You're going to bring those arms up and slowly take it back. Keep those shoulders down and then bring it back up and around. So again, we're aiming for about 10 to 15 reps. If you find a sticking point, and that's just where you feel a little bit of discomfort, slow down as you work through it. If you don't have a band, you can even do this exercise with like a broomstick. And if it's too difficult to bring those arms back up, you can just bring that band or broomstick back around and then repeat. And if your range of motion, if it's like, hey, right about there, that's enough for me, then that's fine. Keep the range of motion, limit the range of motion. All right, so those are all the exercises. These are some exercises that you can do for any shoulder workout, and you can do these drills as often as you like throughout the week, just to help improve mobility and strengthen the shoulders.